Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Nordby, and I am your Adams County Extension Agent. Today, I am going to be going over the 2022 4-H yearbook. This video's purpose is to really go through the yearbook and explain each segment of it, and then we will have additional videos where we will actually do the process of filling out the yearbook. So this one, we just revamped it, and so I just want to take a few minutes to just run through everything and explain what all is in the yearbook. Without further ado, I will go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started. Okay, so hopefully right now you can see the 4-H yearbook, right? This is the front cover, and this page really goes over the big basic information that we need to know, right? It has the 4-H motto, to make the best better, what our 4-H colors are, what they symbolize, talks about the 4-H club emblem. There's the 4-H pledge as a reminder, as well as the 4-H club creed. And so some of you might not have known that we have all these different aspects to 4-H that really help explain what 4-H is all about. So you have that on the right-hand side, and then on the left-hand side is your cover page information as far as who does this book belong to and who are your club leaders? When did you start 4-H? What was your start age? So that's the first page. And so you can fill out the first page one time, and then this is just a reference to go back to. On page 2, it has the contact information for the NDSU Adams County Extension office, how you can contact us, what our office hours are. This is the information down here for the office, the state 4-H office in Fargo. So everything you could possibly want to know for contact information. It starts with the county contact information, and then it ends with the state 4-H office. So that's what's on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, it talks about welcome to 4-H. We're excited to have you. It talks about what the 4-H yearbook is and what's included in it. We have the table of contents that we will be going over page by page. And then it talks about additional sheets that you can fill out. And again, we'll go through them all briefly, and then we'll have another video where we actually go through and fill out the information. But on page 1, or page 2, I should say, we got numbers up here in the right-hand corner. It talks about county project pins. Okay, and what is a county project pin? A project pin is an achievement that defines the 4-H members' accomplishments in a project area. And so to earn a county project pin, you must complete the following application for each project area you would like to apply to and receive a pin for. Again, we'll come back and we'll fill out the application, but the thing I want to emphasize for county project pins is that in order to receive a county project pin, 4-H members must apply for a pin. And you fill out this page. There's some questions here. You do have to write out responses to 3 questions. And then there's a page here provided where you can fill out all of that information. Okay. So again, project pins, the 4-H member is responsible for filling out this application to receive these pins. We're going to move on into a series of awards that, again, awards that 4-H members are responsible for applying for. So we talked about project pins. Now we will talk about the Civic Engagement Award. And so the Civic Engagement Award is for those youth that recognizes youth for their growth and strength on a personal, club, county, and state level. And what is civic engagement? Who can apply for this award? This is great for anybody, any youth 4-H member that just goes above and beyond the call of duty to be involved at their club level. Maybe they really help out and are involved in the club meetings, helping to plan for them. They really help out younger 4-H members. But it's not just about what they do at the club level, it's what they do in their community and how they promote 4-H in the community and are involved. And so it's not just about helping in your own club, it's about helping other club members. It is about doing service projects and emphasizing your civic involvement. And that can be your leadership skills, how you give back to the community and are involved in service learning projects. And that's what we're really striving for. And of course, to apply for this award, there's a series of questions that you should answer. And I would just encourage you to answer them thoroughly, but concisely, right? So make sure that good information is on the sheet, but that you don't need to write a 10-page essay, right? We don't need to do that. So that's for the Civic Engagement Award. Okay, and there's some additional information here on page 5 about who the person that's applying for it, what club, the leader. We also get leader input as far as how they see that 4-H member engaging in their community, in their club, and at the state level. The next award that you can apply for is the Beginner Achievement Award. And these are for our younger 4-H members, and it's really for those members that they're just getting started in 4-H and they just have a lot of spirit and enthusiasm for the program. And so again, you can apply for it by filling out this left-hand side of the page, and then there's a series of questions that you should answer there too. Page 8. Now we are moving into a series of awards that I just want to run through so people are aware of these opportunities, but they are awards that you don't apply for, okay? What makes you eligible is that you complete your 4-H year, and it's really kind of based on leader input, and there's a set criteria which is explained, but those awards include the Outstanding Junior 4-H Member, the Outstanding Senior 4-H Member Award, the Honor Award, and then the Key Club Award. So those 3 awards, those are awards available to 4-H members, but they do not need to apply for them. And we think it's important for youth to be aware of these opportunities and kind of understand the criteria that goes behind selecting those award winners. On page 12, it talks about the Communication Choice Award, and we changed this slightly this year. Again, this used to be an award where leaders would select this winner based on participation in their club at the club, county, and regional and state level as far as communicating with this communication arts contest. We decided to change that, and how we select the Communication Choice Awards is based on youth's performance or how they do at the county communication arts contest. And so we have those judges select we can call it a best of show out of all the participants, and that winner is announced during the 4-H awards night for the Communication Choice Award, I should say. On page 13, it talks about Range Camp. This is a really awesome opportunity available to youth that are interested in range judging. If you're wondering about what is range judging exactly, it is where youth learn how to identify different range plants, as well as evaluate pasture land to see how well it is being managed and if there's any corrections that need to be made to the management of that land. It's a really great contest. And they have Range Camp every year in Southwest North Dakota. up by Amadon at the logging camp ranch, and our local soil conservation district will sponsor a range camp participant every year. And so if this sounds like something you would be interested in doing, please fill out this page, and then we share this information with the soil conservation district, and they select who they would like to sponsor for that camp. And in some years they've sponsored more than one. And so just please feel free to fill it out. And then after you've attended range camp, you would come back and add in what you learned and what you enjoyed and everything to share with the Soil Conservation District and other 4-H members. Now we're moving into the segment of the 4-H yearbook that goes into talking about 4-H club meetings and meeting requirements for the fair and premium sale. And so it talks about what qualifies as a meeting. And I just want to take a moment to emphasize that for it to qualify as a meeting, you need to attend the meeting portion and the activity, right? So a 4-H club meeting, our gathering, I should say, it consists of 3 parts. Okay, we have your business meeting, and then you're supposed to have an activity portion, a learning opportunity, and then some sort of social aspect to it. And maybe that's including snacks or playing an icebreaker game. That would be the fun portion. The activity would be something that you're learning, right? So maybe you're taking a tour of a beekeeping operation, or you're making, you're sewing pot holders. And of course, the business meeting is that formal meeting portion of your gathering, your 4-H get together. And so the requirements for that is to participate in our premium sale. You need to have at least 5 meetings prior to the county fair. Okay, and then to complete the 4-H year, you need to have 6 meetings. And for the 6 meetings, so you complete that year, and what youth receive for completing the 4-H year is they receive a pin saying that I completed my 6th year of 4-H. And then it also makes you eligible for the ribbon premium money. So when you take an exhibit, or when we give you ribbons during the livestock show, you receive money for each of those ribbons. And so the motivator to complete your year is to receive that recognition for completing the year and that pin, as well as receiving that ribbon premium money there. So if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And of course, if you make it to more than 6 meetings, that's awesome. We want you to make it to as many meetings as possible and get the most out of your 4-H experience. But this is where you can clarify how many meetings you attended, and then making sure that you get your leader's signature and your club secretary signature there. On page 15, it talks about important dates. This was something that I wanted to make sure I highlighted, because I know that it can be overwhelming with all the due dates that we have in 4-H. And so here's a comprehensive list of all those dates. And I would encourage you that once you start the new 4-H year, go ahead and take these dates and put them into your phone or write them on your calendar. Do what you need to do so that you're aware of what's coming up. We try to send out reminders, but sometimes things get lost in the mail, or you don't see a Facebook post. And so this just helps keep everybody accountable. It talks about the dress code here, remembering that you do need a green or white shirt with the 4-H emblem. We can order those through the Clover Shop, which is that we'll send out forms a couple times a year. So there's 2 ways to get a 4-H shirt. You can either order it brand new from the Clover Shop, and you can request that order form from the office. And about once a year, we'll send out that form to club leaders to ask members if they need to order a new shirt, or if they need a shirt to start with. Another example is that we have extra shirts here in the office that have been gently used. And so those are free for 4-H members. And so I would encourage you to either donate back some of those old 4-H shirts that you don't use, or donate back, or come in and see if there's a shirt in your size that then you don't have to pay. They're $10, but still, sometimes it's nice to reduce, reuse, recycle. This goes into more detail as far as wearing what pants you should wear and shoes and everything, what's totally appropriate, but I just really wanted to hit home on that 4-H shirt part. We talk about parental expectations here as well. And so it's really important for youth to have a positive experience with 4-H. We also need parental buy-in. And so you may have a club leader, but your club leaders, they need support and help too. And so just making sure on your end that you are volunteering to help out with different aspects of those club meetings in whatever way that you feel comfortable. Maybe you don't want to lead a project, but you could line up a tour of a feedlot or maybe going and visiting JC Farms and that country store that Jackie has, right? That's an option. You can line up tours for the kids to go to different places and have a learning opportunity. You could volunteer to bring snacks for the meeting. Or maybe you'll volunteer to help organize a service learning project. There's lots of different ways that you can extend a helping hand to your leaders, and it's important that you do so. I would always also really encourage parents to come to 4-H meetings and be there depending on the activity. Sometimes it's nice to have parents there to help their younger kids complete the activity, and it just helps you have a better idea of what's going on in 4-H and what's coming up and everything. Helps with that flow of communication. Next, it talks about clover buds and the ages for clover buds. And so clover buds are ages 5 through 7 as of before September 1st. So those are clover buds. They just get to participate in 4-H, and they earn participation ribbons. Moving down, we're just gonna briefly go through some different opportunities that as you get older, as 4-H youth members get older, these opportunities are presented to them. And so one of them is that there are 4-H scholarships. And so if you're a senior in high school, definitely be aware of and apply for these scholarships. They're a great opportunity for a youth. There's also several national 4-H leadership experiences that they can apply for. And that includes Citizenship Washington Focus, National 4-H Conference, National 4-H Conference, and Leadership Washington Focus. And so there's so many awesome opportunities for our older youth to build those leadership skills and meet 4-H youth from across the country. I know we've had a handful of youth that have gotten to participate at the National 4-H Congress. And I know I personally got to participate in Congress when I was a senior in high school, and it was a highlight of my senior year. And so I would really encourage everybody to give it a shot and try applying. There are some really awesome experiences. On a local level, so we just talked about national leadership opportunities. Some statewide leadership opportunities are the 4-H ambassadors. And to become a North Dakota 4-H ambassador, there's an application process. And then once you've been accepted, what ambassadors do is they help out with events across the state and locally. There's different exec positions that you can hold, and they're really key in planning our Extension Youth Conference, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But it's a great way to, again, connect with 4-H youth across the state and take your 4-H experience to the next level. Because I think as youth get older, taking your experience to the next level, becoming an ambassador, showing at the state fair, getting out of your county and getting to participate in statewide events is really key to keeping those youth engaged and excited about 4-H. So additional statewide opportunities include law, which is Leadership Awareness Week, and that's for grades 7 through 12. And this is where they learn about parliamentary procedure and develop an understanding of what engaging citizens look like and how our government operates. I have never gotten to participate in law, but I know that there are some local members that have gotten to go, and I've heard really positive things about that experience. So just something to keep in mind. There's also 4-H shooting sports, which is another way to get kids involved in 4-H. Currently, for Adams County has an archery program and a trap shooting program. And so we have local practices, and then there are statewide competitions in each area that youth can participate and compete in. And that's all that we have. Maybe what I talked about EYC, and I'm just going to bring it up quick, but it's not on here. We should add it. But EYC is Extension Youth Conference, and it's a week-long conference that's held in Fargo in June. And the North Dakota 4-H ambassadors, they organize this conference. They put together the workshops. They bring in our guest speaker. They organize the schedule. There's a service learning project. We do fun things like go to the community center. But it's also about building those leadership skills and meeting youth from across the state. So just another great opportunity. And that one is for grades 7 through 12 as well. So just something to keep your eyes out and be aware of when we push that information out. But that was our run through of the Adams County Yearbook. Hopefully this was some good information, and thank you for watching. So